Oak Ridge National Laboratory and the Cool Metal Roofing Coalition documented it across multiple climate zones. A metal roof with a high reflectance coating reduces cooling electricity costs by up to 40%, compared to a standard asphalt shingle roof on an equivalent building. Insurance companies have independently confirmed a second saving: 5 to 35% reduction in homeowners' insurance premiums for metal-roofed properties, documented across named carriers by Roof Vista's March 2026 industry analysis. The roof lasts 50 years. The asphalt shingle it replaces lasts 15 to 25 years and requires full replacement 2 to 3 times across the same period. The Metal Roofing Alliance confirms metal roofing represents 18% of the American residential market. 82% of builders still specify asphalt. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why and what it would take to change that. Metal has been the highest performing roofing material in the world for as long as humans have had the metallurgical capacity to produce it in sheet form. The buildings that have survived the longest, the structures that outlasted every war, every weather event, and every century of neglect are overwhelmingly roofed in metal. The reason is not aesthetic. It is thermodynamic and structural. Metal does not absorb water, it does not rot, it does not combust. It reflects radiation rather than absorbing it. Every civilization that had access to metal sheeting and understood its properties used it on their most important buildings. The Pantheon in Rome, constructed under Emperor Hadrian between approximately 118 and 125 CE and continuously occupied for nearly 1900 years, was originally roofed in gilded bronze tiles. The tiles were stripped in 663 CE by Byzantine Emperor Constans II, and the exposed structure was subsequently re-roofed in lead, a metal roofing system that protected the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome for the following 14 centuries, without structural failure. The copper roof of the Cathedral of Notre Dame de Paris, installed in the 13th century and maintained continuously through successive restorations, protected the cathedral's stone fabric through 700 years of Parisian weather until the 2019 fire destroyed the timber frame beneath it. The copper was largely intact. The wood it covered was not. The American metal roofing tradition arrived with European settlement and dominated commercial and agricultural construction through the 19th century. The standing seam tin plate steel roof, a system of interlocking vertical panels with no exposed fasteners and thermal expansion joints that accommodate the metal's movement through temperature cycles, became the standard roofing system for American banks, courthouses, factories, and farmhouses from the 1820s onward. The White House has had a metal roof in various forms since its original construction. American agricultural barns roofed in standing seam corrugated iron through the 1880s and 1890s are still standing across the rural Midwest, their metal roofing intact after 130 years, while the asphalt shingles on the houses beside them have been replaced 4 to 6 times. The displacement of metal from the residential roofing market occurred not through any performance failure, but through a specific post-war economic mechanism. In 1952, the Asphalt Roofing Manufacturers Association, representing the manufacturers of petroleum-derived asphalt shingles, successfully lobbied the Federal Housing Administration to classify fiberglass reinforced asphalt shingles as the standard acceptable roofing material for FHA-insured residential mortgage construction. The classification established asphalt as the default specification that builders used in FHA-insured projects, which represented the majority of American residential construction financing through the 1950s and 1960s. A builder constructing homes for the FHA-insured mortgage market installed asphalt because it was cheaper at point of installation, and the FHA standard required no consideration of 50-year life cycle cost, cooling energy performance, or insurance premium impact. The homeowner who paid the replacement cost, the cooling bill, and the insurance premium across the following 5 decades was not the person making the material specification decision in 1955. By 1970, asphalt shingles covered the majority of American residential rooftops. The metal roofing tradition that had served American buildings for a century retreated to agricultural and commercial applications, where life cycle cost analysis was routinely performed by professional facilities managers. A lot of what this channel covers was nearly lost, not because it stopped working, but because the industry decided that simplicity wasn't profitable enough. If rediscovering the lost art of self-sufficiency matters to you, subscribing and sharing is the simplest way to make sure this kind of knowledge keeps being found. The metal roof outperforms asphalt on cooling bills through a material property called solar reflectance, the fraction of incoming solar radiation that a surface reflects rather than absorbs. The physics are direct and measurable. A standard dark asphalt shingle has a solar reflectance of 8 to 15%. It absorbs 85 to 92% of the solar radiation striking it and converts that energy to heat. Heat that conducts through the roof assembly into the attic and from the attic into the living space below, driving the air conditioner to remove it. On a summer afternoon in Phoenix, Arizona, a dark asphalt shingle surface reaches surface temperatures of 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, hot enough to fry an egg, Asphalt, while the living space below it is being actively cooled by a compressor consuming electricity. A metal roof coated with a high reflectance paint system achieves solar reflectance of 65 to 75%. It reflects the majority of the solar radiation that an asphalt shingle would absorb, and its high thermal emittance of 85 to 95% means it rapidly re-radiates any heat it does absorb back to the atmosphere rather than conducting it through the roof assembly. The attic beneath a reflective metal roof runs 20 to 30 degrees Celsius cooler than the attic beneath an equivalent dark asphalt shingle roof under identical outdoor conditions. Oak Ridge National Laboratory's Building Envelope Research Program, in the most comprehensive empirical study of residential roofing thermal performance published in North America, confirmed cooling energy reductions of 14 to 40%. Across 16 monitored residential structures in climates ranging from Memphis, Tennessee to Sacramento, California, with reflective metal roofing compared to dark asphalt shingle control roofs. The 40% figure was documented in the hottest and sunniest monitored climate. The 14% figure was documented in a mixed humid climate where cooling represents a smaller fraction of annual energy consumption. The Class A fire rating, the highest classification available under UL Standard 790, means the roofing material will not ignite, will not spread flame across its surface, and will not allow embers to penetrate the roof assembly to the combustible structure below. Metal achieves Class A inherently. Asphalt achieves Class A only with fire-retardant chemical treatment that degrades over the shingle's service life. But do those laboratory measurements translate into documented real-world savings in real homes during real disasters across real insurance markets? In January 2025, wildfires driven by severe Santa Ana wind conditions destroyed over 16,000 structures across the Los Angeles metropolitan area, the most destructive urban wildfire event in California's recorded history. Post-fire structural surveys conducted by the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection and published in March 2025 documented that structures with Class A fire-rated roofing systems, metal, clay tile, and concrete tile, survived at measurably higher rates than structures with Class B or lower-rated roofing in the same ignition zones. Airborne embers carried by winds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour ignited combustible roofing materials on structures that the fire front never directly reached. Metal roof structures in the same ember exposure zones remained standing. The roofing material was the primary determinant of survival in ember-dominated ignition scenarios, which accounted for the majority of structure losses in the January 2025 events. The insurance industry's response to this performance differential is now quantified and documented. RoofVista's March 2026 analysis, drawing on disclosed rate structures from major American carriers, confirmed that homeowners with standing seam metal roofs receive premium discounts, ranging from 5% with national carriers applying a standard new roof credit to 35% with Texas Department of Insurance mandated discounts for impact-resistant roofing in hail exposure zones. A homeowner saving $270 annually on insurance premiums across a 50-year metal roof lifespan accumulates $13,500 in insurance savings. Before accounting for the 2 to 3 asphalt replacement events the metal roof eliminates across the same period. This is the scale of the difference. In Florida, Hurricane Irma in 2017 and Hurricane Ian in 2022 generated post-storm structural surveys that the Metal Roofing Alliance and the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety referenced in their published performance data. Both surveys confirmed that standing seam metal roofs retained structural integrity in over 95% of cases in wind events exceeding 100 miles per hour. Standard asphalt shingle roofs retained integrity in approximately 70% of equivalent exposures. This is a six-fold reduction in damage. The 5% failure rate versus 30% failure rate represents a six-fold reduction in wind damage claims, the precise calculation that insurance actuarial models use to justify premium differentials. The Cool Metal Roofing Coalition's independently monitored residential installation program, tracking cooling energy consumption in metal-roofed homes across 14 American states, published cumulative monitoring data in 2023 confirming average annual cooling energy savings of 22 to 40% compared to equivalent asphalt-roofed control homes. The program covered 112 monitored installations. Not one showed a cooling energy increase. Every installation showed a cooling energy reduction. The range reflects climate variation. Higher savings in hot, dry climates, lower savings in cool, humid climates. Every performance category confirms the same outcome. Cooling bills down, insurance premiums down, replacement frequency down, wildfire survival up. So why does the builder selecting the roofing material on 82% of new American homes continue specifying the product that performs worst on every one of these measures? The American asphalt roofing market was valued at approximately $16 billion in 2023. GAF, owned by Standard Industries. Owens Corning and CertainTeed collectively supply the majority of residential asphalt shingles sold in the United States. Each company's revenue depends on a replacement cycle, 15 to 25 years per installation, that a 50-year metal roof eliminates. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. A residential roofing contractor who installs asphalt generates 2 to 3 replacement jobs from the same house across the lifetime of a metal roof installation. The replacement cycle is not a design flaw in the asphalt shingle industry's business model. It is a fundamental feature of it. The structural mechanism that maintains asphalt's 82% market share is the misalignment between the decision maker and the cost bearer. A production home builder specifying roofing material for 200 units in a new subdivision installs asphalt because the material cost differential directly affects the builder's construction cost and margin. The cooling bill reduction, the insurance premium saving, and the replacement cost elimination accrue entirely to the homeowner across the following 50 years. The builder captures none of those savings. The builder has a direct financial incentive to specify the cheaper material. The homeowner has no input into that decision before signing a purchase contract. The International Energy Conservation Code, the energy efficiency standard governing new residential construction across most American states, specifies minimum insulation R values and window performance requirements. It contains no requirement to consider the solar reflectance or thermal emittance of roofing materials in residential energy code calculations for steep slope roofing. ASHRAE Standard 90.1's Cool Roof Credit, which does credit reflective roofing in energy compliance calculations, applies to low slope commercial roofing. Steep slope residential metal roofing's 40% cooling reduction receives zero compliance credit in residential IECC calculations. A builder installing reflective metal roofing receives no energy code compliance benefit that could offset the material cost premium. California's Safer from Wildfires program explicitly lists Class A fire-rated roofing as the first of 10 specified wildfire mitigation measures. Australia's National Construction Code Section J credits solar reflectance in residential roofing energy performance calculations. Germany's GEG energy efficiency regulation credits reflective roofing thermal performance in building energy calculations. The Metal Roofing Alliance's consumer directory at metalroofing.com lists certified installers across all 50 American states. Standing seam metal roofing systems are available through regional building supply distributors nationwide. A cool roof-rated standing seam installation on a standard American home costs $15,000 to $35,000 compared to $7,000 to $15,000 for premium asphalt shingles. No one sat in a room and decided to ban metal roofing, but rather the system was never designed to accommodate it and instead focused on the mass-produced, profitable alternative. When the January 2025 Los Angeles wildfires destroyed over 16,000 structures and post-fire surveys confirmed that Class A fire-rated metal roofs survived at measurably higher rates than asphalt roofs. The builders who had specified asphalt on those streets to save $10,000 to $20,000 per home had already collected their margin and moved on. The homeowners were filing insurance claims for structures that the available roofing technology would have protected, technology that Oak Ridge National Laboratory had documented 40 years of performance data on. The asphalt shingle industry spent $16 billion last year selling a product that lasts 25 years, absorbs 90% of summer solar radiation, and burns in a wildfire ember shower. The metal is still reflecting, the cooling bill is still 40% lower, the insurance premium discount is still 35%, the builder is still specifying asphalt. The question was never whether it works. The question is why 82% of builders are still asking why they should change. Subscribe so you never miss the next solution the world forgot to use.